Oh hi, didn't see you there. We're here today at Aldi in order for me to show you what a 1200 to 1400 calorie grocery haul looks like. It's going to be different than what you typically see most bodybuilders get, but we need to keep the calories low, we need to keep it nutrient dense, so you're going to see exactly what that looks like for me. By the way, these are pretty darn good. 140 calories, 23 grams of protein, zero affiliation with them, but when you're on an aggressive cut, anything will do. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but the quarter system for carts. Ooh. Really interesting. Seeing as we only have 1200 to 1400 calories to work with on a daily basis, you can guess that this shopping is going to be extremely minimalistic. Not adding in breads, tortillas, rice, all these other things that people will typically eat when they're cutting. I don't have any of that in my diet whatsoever. Cheeses, all that, out the window. Everything is supposed to be for a purpose, and that purpose is either nutrients, protein, fat, or in most cases, all three. Why is there none in water? Do you know if skipjack tastes better than chunk light? I don't. Stick to what you know, right? Gonna get lots of tuna. Now, the tuna is not as much for the purpose of the nutrients. It's just for convenient, high protein, very low calorie. So it's not it's a staple in the sense that it's good for getting in that amount of protein, but it's not that great for extreme nutrient density, which is some of the other foods that I'll show you guys later. I would get a few sardine cans, but they only have them in soybean or hot sauce oil. Or soybean oil or hot sauce. Disgusting. The salmon looks good, but it's so huge. I don't need that big of pieces of salmon. Could cook it for later, but I think I'll get the salmon from Sam's Club. All right, let's see if they have what I'm looking for. Indeed they do. This is my go-to when I'm on an aggressive cut. This will make up at least 50% of my diet. It's just 96.4 beef. Extremely lean, but the nutrient density of red meat is just so far beyond things like chicken that I don't even get chicken or ground turkey during my cut, other than like I might use it similar to the way that I use tuna, in the sense that it's a good protein source, but not really gonna come alongside all the other stuff that I'm looking for. So chicken is a very minimalistic food for me on a cut. So I'm just gonna stock up on this beef. I'll buy them out. And I'll probably have an entire container of this every single day for the duration of my mini cut. Oh no, cholesterol. Shut up, I'll be okay. I'll get a few things of egg whites just to mix up the high protein sources. But, and this is a very important but, the egg whites contain very, very little nutrients. That's why, despite me having the egg whites, and I already have them at home so I don't need to get them from here, I will have eggs as well. So I might mix in the egg whites with the eggs, but overall, the egg whites are just a way of getting an additional protein, not additional nutrients. That will come from the yolk. And like I said before, chicken's gonna make up a very, very small portion of the diet, but you know, if the wife wants to have something a little bit different, or I wanna just have a little tender here or there, I might have one, but it's gonna be extremely minimal in the overall diet. That is it as far as our cart from Aldi goes. I will catch you at the next store for the rest of our items. I'm feeling pretty generous today, so I could get my quarter back, but I'm gonna leave it for the next person. All right, so we got all of our priced down options from Aldi, but we have a few more things that we couldn't get from there. So we are at the famed one and only Walmart in order to get the rest of our haul. Let's go. As you guys know, I only make the most gourmet of recipes, which means that almost every piece of meat I eat comes with sugar-free barbecue sauce, G. Hughes. It covers a lot of issues. The foods that make my taste buds live in infamy. Beef liver, Remember, we don't diet for taste. So I have some of the higher quality salmon at home, you know, the stuff you cook yourself, fresh caught, whatever. But I also like getting these packets from time to time, just easier on the go. I mean, probably not the absolute best source of salmon you can get, but high protein, easy to take with you, you know, just work. And we've got one of my staples here, hard-boiled eggs. There's nothing special about them being hard-boiled. I'm just lazy, so rather than having to cook them up every day, I just have them hard-boiled. Put a lot of salt on them too. We're gonna get some diet soda for when I feel something sweet. Now, most people don't know this, but Diet Mountain Lightning is just the superior form of Diet Mountain Dew. It's actually the superior form of all diet sodas. It's by far the best. Unfortunately, it's also loaded with caffeine, so you can only have so much of it in a day, so I'll make sure to find some other thing that's not caffeinated, maybe like a Sprite Zero or something like that. And remember, everything that I eat, it just comes down to trying to get high amounts of protein, decent amounts of fat, and nutrient density. That's something that gets completely ignored by the bodybuilding community. They go with their chicken and rice, and they go low calorie, and they wonder why they feel like garbage. It's like, maybe because you're eating chicken breast, which is completely devoid of nutrients, next to something like beef liver. Like, I know it doesn't taste good, but beef liver covers a lot of issues when it comes to just overall well-being, how you're feeling through a cut. It makes it so that I'm able to cut on lower calories and still get good sleep, maintain quality gym performance. But it seems like all people care about is the calories and the protein, and I just think there's so much more to it than that. And I think people will figure that out eventually, but as always, anything in the bodybuilding sphere takes a very large amount of time to click in people's heads, which is why you're just starting to see people figure out what better movements are, what better ways of adjusting your volume is. And it's not just constantly, okay, just beat myself down as hard as I possibly can, take deloads when I need to. Like, we're starting to get smarter about things, and I think nutrition is the next one that people are going to get a lot smarter on in the near future. TNF out.